Shalom, and welcome to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles.
This is a recording of a Shavuot sermon with TBA member Rachel Rubin Green.
I want to speak with you this morning about Revelation. After all, Shavuot is Zman Matan Toratenu, the time of the giving of the Torah. Revelation is essentially about God giving the Torah, commanding all of Israel, and about Israel receiving it. There are multiple commentaries, some scholarly, many poetic, about this moment, or should I say, these moments. The idea that Revelation may have been more than one momentary event is promoted by a comment from Abraham Joshua Heschel. Heschel interprets the verse, "The Lord came down upon Mount Sinai," Exodus 19:20, as saying that Hashem, the one who is beyond all space and time, was humbly here for Israel to sense. Heschel then interprets Exodus 20:22, "I have talked to you from heaven," as saying that Hashem did not descend to earth, but that his word welled or overflowed from heaven. These passages do not contradict each other, Heschel says. They refer not to one, but to two events. Revelation was an event to God, and it was also an event to humans. Exodus verse 19:20 refers to God in the third person. The Lord came down, which describes a human event. Exodus verse 20:22, "I have talked to you," is in the first person, describing a divine event. Heschel concludes that Revelation had two aspects. God both did and did not descend upon the earth. The voice came from heaven, and people heard it at Sinai. If God experienced revelation one way and people another, there are many comments, poems, and stories about what we humans experienced. Heschel's comments imply a collective human experience in Revelation. However, many ancient rabbis put forth very different perspectives on Mount Sinai. Rabbanit Elisa Sperling, the founder of Sviva, an online Jewish women's collective, cites Pesikta de Rav Kahana, a 5th century rabbinic work, as imagining the giving of the Torah as an intimate personal moment where each person experiences the divine revelation in their own way. She quotes from Pesikta de Rav Kahana, 1225, quote, "Rabbi Levi said, the Holy One appeared to them as a statue with faces on every side. If 1,000 people were looking at it, they would experience it as if one face was looking at each of them. So it is with the Holy One, blessed be the Eternal. When God spoke, each and every person of Israel said, the divine is speaking with me. And that is why it is written in Exodus 20, verse 2, I am the Lord your God, with your being in the singular, not the plural." In her Shavuot teaching, Rabbanit Sperling included several poems describing individual experiences or interpretations of the revelation at Mount Sinai. I will include just one of them now. This is The Revelation by Adam Kay. The still small voice was looking for itself. She knew from the prophecy that there was to be a still small voice up on the mountain. The climb to the top was difficult. The people, the boundaries, all making access to the mountain so difficult. But the prize was so great, to be the sound heard by the whole Jewish people, the people that surround this beautiful mountain. The prophet had told me that after the wind and after the rocks and after the earthquake and after the fire, that my still small voice would be heard. So I tried to get through the boundary, avoiding the other women as I had been told to. Then on the third day in the morning, I awoke before all the others and climbed to the peak so that I could be there to be the sound on the top of the mountain. And yet there was no space for me, the still small voice. The only sounds I heard were everything I am not: thunder, lightning, and the shofar screaming out loud from the heavy cloud. So I descended, looking for someone to help me, to hear me, to listen, to tell me that there had been a mistake. There wasn't. And I'm still looking for an opportunity on this mountain of God to show that there can be a still small voice amongst the people. I want to briefly mention the midrashic notion that we all stood together at Sinai to accept the Torah. In this concept, we were all there together. This included Jews of all nationalities and of all eras. It included Jews who had not yet been born, people who did not yet know that they would become Jews. The statement that we all stood together at Sinai is a concept of radical inclusion. I hope to explore this idea more deeply another time. Several years ago, Joel Grossman mentioned something that has stuck with me ever since. He mentioned that we bless God for giving the Torah in the present tense. Notein HaTorah, God who gives us Torah. I started this talk with a reference to Zman Matan Toratenu, the time of God having given us the Torah. I want to close with this quote from Tales of the Hasidim by Martin Buber. The rabbi of Kotsk was asked, why do we call this holiday the time of the giving of the Torah and not the time of the receiving of the Torah? The Kotzker replied, the Torah was given one time, but the receiving occurs always.
You've been listening to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. If you enjoy these podcasts, we invite you to write a review on the Apple Podcast website or wherever you get your podcasts. For more information on Temple Beth Am, Los Angeles, please visit www.tbala.org.